Okay, so OmiseGo is having a very bullish morning, and why is it having a bullish morning, you might ask? Well, obviously, the most obvious thing is that the Huobi network is going to use OmiseGo for payments. Whenever OmiseGo announces it's got a new partner, particularly one with 50 million customers, is a pretty good indication that it's going to have at least a bullish week. So for OmiseGo, because it trades against the dollar and trades against the Japanese yen, I find it to be a very easy coin to predict. And while the 1 hour chart looks really good, the chart for OmiseGo that I like to use is the 4 hour chart. Quite often when the MACD crosses on the 4 hour chart, it means it's going to be bullish for 3 or 4 days. So as a swing trader, as someone who likes to just buy a coin, wait a few days, this is really useful for me, particularly when I'm going to play a music festival. I'm going to be playing on the main stage of a music festival tomorrow, so I'm not going to be here to watch my portfolio. So as you can see on the 4 hour chart, it didn't go down it didn't go as low as last week's low, which is very good. It means it is indicating that it's going up. As I'm making this video, the MACD is converging and will probably cross very soon. And I would imagine, so that will indicate that it is a safe trade to buy and hold for 3 or 4 days, and then I'll be, of course, watching the 4 hour chart to see what my exit point will be, which may be Tuesday. And if you look at the 4 hour chart, usually when it starts, it goes up, it goes down. It looks like it's about to cross downwards and then goes up again. And that's quite a normal pattern for OmiseGo. And that is how I like to trade OmiseGo, which is for me, I could just only trade OmiseGo, and I'm happy bunny because I understand its price pattern. And as I said, I really enjoy trading the cryptocurrencies that trade against the dollar, because in the very beginning, when OmiseGo came out to the Western markets, you were able to trade against the dollar, which gives it a predictable movement against the Western, the typical Western trading patterns. So on the belief, based on this, I'd say I'm very happy to buy it and walk away for the weekend. I won't even set a stop loss for this, because I'm that confident in it. But maybe I will before I leave for the weekend. So that's not the biggest news. That's just one piece of news I'm talking about, the Huobi network. The bigger news is that today it's supposed to launch its roadmap. It was a post I made a week ago, and was supposed to launch its roadmap today. So hopefully we'll hear about that later on today, which will confirm more bullish action. And the topics is covering, and be able to make applications OmiseGo, which to me will be great, because I can make I know how to make cryptocurrencies with Waves and Ethereum, and I'm looking for which would be an application, or which would be a project that I can work with to obviously make my own applications. And one of the reasons why I really like OmiseGo is because it's working on this decentralized exchange. I have come across so many coins to tell me this, and I have not come across a good decentralized exchange. And OmiseGo has a budget. I'm not sure exactly. I think it might have a budget of something like 25 million. Can't quote me on that. That was just an old number that I read over the summer. It has a lots of business partners, including like McDonald's, which is a big deal. And hopefully we'll see this decentralized exchange in 2018 and talk to regular crypto traders, and they'll tell you a decentralized exchange is exactly what we want. And so when this comes out, I'd be able to use the exchange, and I would use it with TradingView. I'd use TradingView for my charting, and I would use OmiseGo for my actual trading, and that would just make my life so much more convenient. There's this new architecture coming out called Plasma. It is not ready yet, but looks promising because Vladimir Putin, the inventor of Ethereum, is also involved in this project. And OmiseGo is going to be moving on to proof of stake. When it does move on to proof of stake, it's going to be so good for traders, because when it hits a high, there'll be a very slow response for sellouts. So quite often when proof of stakes coins, when they reach a new all-time high, people pull their coins out of proof of stake and start selling, but it takes a few days for them to react. So for traders, that's so convenient, and obviously then you can make passive income by proof of staking. So that is pretty cool, but we still don't have the confirmed roadmap yet. So it's more the decentralized exchange. Like I really hope they're going to be talking more about their decentralized exchange and the Plasma network, the Plasma architecture. And there's a few OmiseGo Twitter accounts to follow at Omise. Looks like the official one. And look, and they make regular updates. They have, yeah. And then here we go. We have at June_Omise. He's the founder of Omise, and unfortunately most of his posts are in Japanese. So for us, we're quite, as Europeans, we're quite slow to react to OmiseGo's news, because the Japanese obviously get that information a little faster than us. But we can use technical analysis to at least know if the markets are responding to news positively. So as a long term, like, can you buy OmiseGo and hold it for a month? Can you buy it and hold it for a year? So looking at the daily chart, I mean, it was undersold, went up and came back down again, but the relative strength index is moving, very gradually moving upwards, and the MACD on the daily is crossing. And we don't have enough data to confirm what that means, unfortunately. But usually when a cryptocurrency, the MACD crosses on the daily chart, it can indicate a potential bullish month. So what prices are we looking at? Well, if we look at its last high, 0.001546 Bitcoin, and it's reached that high twice in the past 2 weeks. I'm saying fairly likely it will reach that high again next week. And if it goes above it, I would say it will jump up to 0.002. But that's a speculation. That's just, for me, an idea for what my exit is going to be. So if it goes over last week's high, and when eventually comes down, so you check the price again next Friday, which will be the start of November. You want to check that out, And if it goes over last week's high could possibly become a support level. And if it does become a support level and it goes above, it doesn't go high again, that is a strong indicator for a bullish month. So based on its tech alone, I'd say OmiseGo is a long-term project. It has business partners, it has strong business partners, it has strong developers. It's a long-term project. From a trading point of view, we'll know next week if there is more data to go by. So if you find this video useful, like, share, subscribe, and if you make a profit on this trade, I'd appreciate a donation of 10% of whatever your profit was. Live free or die trying.